Okay, so I'm going to start to make a start. Interesting, it's reverse. Okay. So welcome all to this 2021 Symposium on Artificial Intelligence in Mental Health. I'm just going to say a few words and present a few slides to get things started. First, just want to acknowledge the sponsorship of this event via those two bottom logos. The Artificial Intelligence Journal is pitching in a bit, and also the School of Computing and Information Systems. Oh, a little bit, sorry. So yes, once again, welcome to this symposium on AI and mental health, which is being held on the traditional lands of the Wurundjeri people. For those who are interested, I just thought it'd be worthwhile putting those two links in. These are just two things I've recently discovered. A walk that one can take throughout this actual campus, which provides a cultural interpretation of the Parkville campus landscape. There's actually an app and such, so you can either go to that link or just Google that name and you'll find something. And also, I think just last week, a free exhibition opened up, which seems pretty interesting. I'm sort of the host of this event. For those who don't know, my name is Simon D'Alfonso. I'm a lecturer in digital health at the School of Computing and Information Systems here. And that's my Twitter tag. I'll be tweeting about this event throughout the day. And today we have 8 talks scheduled. I'm just going to click on this. Okay. That's better. So just wanted to kind of explain the allocations or the sequence. We're starting with Vlada after me, and we're going to have until about Mike here, around 1 o'clock, going to be the more sort of machine learning tech presentations. And then in the afternoon, we're going to have the presentations that deal more with sort of ethical aspects and human-computer interaction aspects. Just a few words about the, I suppose, background of this event. So with the advent of digital approaches to mental health, modern artificial intelligence, and we could say machine learning in particular, is being used in the development of prediction, detection, and treatment solutions for mental health care. And although there has been considerable progress in digital health and the application of AI to what we could say is physical or health in general, the adoption of AI in mental health is relatively nascent. And this was kind of one of my sort of selling points to get sort of some support from the Artificial Intelligence Journal. I'm actually just cutting and pasting here part of the application. It's like, well, there's sort of some room here to try to start considering in more depth the application of AI to the field of mental health in particular. We have sort of AI being used for radiological scan analysis or, bioinformatics, oncology and stuff. But AI is something that we can still tap into a bit more when it comes to mental health. However, opportunities are increasingly emerging. And here are just some topics that, I've whipped up. Obviously, you would be familiar with some of these, if not all of them. And things that we could consider are digital phenotyping from personal digital devices and possibly even from the Internet of Things. Natural language processing of clinical text and social media content. NLP seems to be one of the more done areas in this space so far. And I suppose a lot of the talks here today are a testimony to that. We also have chatbots and other AI agents for mental health. Smarter apps and recommender systems, perhaps not as obvious, but yeah, sort of, there's a field of digital mental health, and it sort of generally involves, making a smartphone app for mental health. We know all about that, but how can we make those apps smarter? And to make, say, recommendation systems that can deliver tailored, personalized, in-the-moment interventions for their users. Also, expert systems for clinical decision-making. So, expert systems, good old expert systems and knowledge bases and such. Furthermore, the clinical integration of data and AI solutions, and sort of having what we can term augmented psychiatry or psychology. So really just sort of facilitating the human mental health practitioners and augmenting and informing their practice rather than trying to replace them in some complete way. Also, we have applications of AI to neuroimaging or brain imaging. And I think this sort of thing can be termed precision psychiatry, is a term you might start seeing. And the last two, we have the ethics in the use of AI for mental health. Ethics and AI has become really quite a topical thing. And I think ethics in the use of AI for mental health, I don't think I know because I do some of this myself, really throws up its own particular, questions and quandaries and considerations. And finally, let's not forget the human-computer aspects of AI-driven mental health tools. So just some final things in the final slide. I'm going to be tweeting, and I encourage you all, if you want to tweet today a bit about this event. If you find some talk interesting, or if you have something to share, a thought, then you can use that hashtag. And I've told people on Twitter just this morning to follow that hashtag throughout the day. And for those who are interested, there's also an associated special issue. The research topic is artificial intelligence in mental health, unsurprisingly, and it can be found in the journal Frontiers in Psychology. So once again, follow that link or just Google what I've written there and you'll find that front page easily enough. And that's it for me. So enjoy the proceedings for the day. And I now invite Vlada to start setting herself